Hi there. This is Mark Edelman, speech pathologist, and welcome to the teaching of talking. This particular video this morning is going to be about speech and language and how it's learned through conversation. Now, a lot of therapists, when they work with people who have aphasia or apraxia, work on word lists and workbooks and iPads and things like that. And although they may be helpful, they're really more like busy work. And I'll tell you why. If you look back upon your own life or upon the life of children, you'll find that when children learn to talk, they don't sit down with iPads, they don't sit down with workbooks and things like that. Basically, speech and language learning is around a conversation. And a conversation is based on questions and answers. And if you look at any toddler or small child, you'll notice that at first the mother starts with sounds and cooing sounds and things like that, and soon starts to model particular sounds or sound movements, like ma ma ma, pa pa pa, etc. And in time, what happens is every time that it's time to eat, Mama will say eat, or milk, or whatever it happens to be. And within time, the child starts to mimic that word. And that's how a vocabulary is learned by children. It's just an interaction throughout the day where a mother or a caregiver or a person interacts with the child and says the particular word that is related to the particular activity and has the child mimic it if possible. Now, in the beginning, a mother will say these particular words, or a father will say these words, and they might not get any kind of response. And that's okay. But with time, when the vocabulary word is repeated within the context of that situation, whether it be eating, whether it be going somewhere, whether it be toileting, whether it be napping, whatever it happens to be, the mother isn't necessarily interested in making sure that the child repeats the word every time, because sometimes the child is not ready. And there's a particular point of readiness. And readiness is something that we all know something about, that many of us don't really do things until we're ready. So if we're starting to get hungry, we're starting to get ready. And if we've eaten, we're not ready. And so you can think about your own life, about those particular situations where you're ready to do something or you're not ready to do something. And the same thing occurs with the development of speech. And that development of speech does not only pertain to a child who's learning how to talk and learning the vocabulary and learning how to put words together, but that readiness is also related to an adult with aphasia. So one of the things that's good about a person with aphasia, if they have a Broca's type of aphasia and they can mimic, that's very, very good. And if they can do that, then there are specific methods that are very similar to the development of speech and language in children that we use, but we don't we don't use childish materials. We don't use childish vocabulary. We don't do that. We use the vocabulary that is of interest to the person. Okay, so I'm walking down this road and here comes this big old truck. Somebody's moving in. Here it is. See that? Okay. And so somebody's moving. And that's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to ask you to move and move forward and learn how to stimulate speech and language. If a person has a Broca's aphasia, learn how to stimulate it in natural ways rather than relying on materials that have vocabulary and things like that that may not be pertinent to the individual or not be of interest to the individual. And one of the best people to help a person talk is the caregiver, because we believe very, very strongly that it's the caregiver who's around the person or a loved one who's around the person 24/7 who is the best person if they can learn how to help a person talk by learning professional methods that work. And that's why we wrote the Teaching of Talking and the Teaching of Talking method. Now, if you have an Apraxia, if you have difficulty imitating words, then you need a different kind of therapy. You need an Apraxia type of therapy, which is a motor therapy, which helps teach the individual how to move their lips and their teeth and their tongue and their throat again for speaking. And that has to be done before you start working on words, because if a person can't move their tongue and articulators of speech, then you're not going to get anywhere with trying to get them to repeat words or phrases or sentences. So if you'd like some more information about this, please contact us at support@teachingoftalking.com, or check underneath the video and you'll see a bunch of links, and you can schedule a free consultation with me. You fill out a questionnaire and just send that to me, and I'll do everything I can to help you. So this is Mark Edelman, speech language pathologist, an individual who's been helping people talk better for over 50 years. And I've been in the trenches working with people one-on-one for over 50 years. I'm not an ivory tower person. I'm just a speech language pathologist that has a passion to help people talk. And that's where I've dedicated my life, and I can help you. So it's been nice having this conversation, and we hope to see you or hear from you soon. Bye-bye now.